France, the country is facing another day of strikes. It's the 9th day of action over the government's controversial pension reform. Protests and industrial action has been going on now for 2 months. And President Macron gave a 35-minute TV appearance yesterday in which he defended the raising of the retirement age by 2 years, saying it's a necessity. It wasn't a privilege, it wasn't a luxury, and it wasn't a pleasure. And he also said France could no longer afford to retire younger than other nations in Europe. Well, has that calmed the unions? It appears not. All the huge oppositions on the streets. Now, assessing today's impact for us, our correspondent Catherine Norris Trent is in central Paris.
On this 9th day of national strikes and protests, the anger in France certainly isn't showing signs of dying down just yet. I'm here outside a waste incineration plant on the southern edge of Paris, and the refuse collection workers here are on strike. They've been blocking this site since the 7th of March, and we've seen the huge piles of rubbish gathering around Paris. Well, the French authorities have ordered refuse collectors to get back to work for health reasons, to try and clear these huge piles of bins and bin bags. But the problem is they're not able to process them, often because of blockages at sites like these. And the people I've spoken to here today say they are determined to carry on with their strike action. They were angered by President Macron's interview on the television in France on Wednesday, saying that they felt he was taking them for fools, telling them they were stupid, that they hadn't understood the reforms. They say they understand very well, and they're determined to carry on. You know, this strike action is also causing some oil refineries in France to be blocked. Around 15% of French petrol stations are experiencing problems, shortages, or they're running out of fuel. And there have been blockages as well at airports. At Charles de Gaulle this morning, protesters got in there, and 30% of flights from Orly have been affected, as well as trains and transport services around France and around Paris. And this afternoon, people are going to be gathering for more big demonstrations around France against these very controversial pension reforms.